Hello all, I hope you're all doing well. We are continuing with our weekly portion review, and this week we are in the portion of Toldot, which is translated into the descendants or the generations, and we're really introduced to the sanctity of these descendants in this portion. Now, this portion opens up with this phrase, "These are the generations of Isaac, son of Abraham." Now, we already seen a similar phrase to this in the beginning of the portion of Noah, where these are the descendants of Noah. However, our tradition doesn't name that portion the descendants; rather, it calls it Noah, and it's really focusing on his personal character rather than the descendants themselves. When it comes to Isaac, however, the focus really shifts to the generations themselves, making it like a new chapter in Jewish history. Now, Isaac's role, it's really highlighting the sanctity of continuity, right? Which is actually first revealed with the circumcision on the 8th day, right? This is a commitment to this path that Abraham already took. Now, we have to see over here that Jacob he's a complex person. Now, while Abraham and also Isaac were more stable figures, Jacob really grapples with the world's challenges, so to speak, right? Wrestling with God. Now, he really is bridging Abraham and Isaac. The Zohar notes that when the verse says that he was dwelling in tents, that Jacob was dwelling in tents, this is really referring to, in plural, to two different tents, the tent of Abraham and the tent of Jacob. Meaning Jacob was moving back and forth between these two tents and trying to absorb from them. So now, developing such a unique personality does take time and growth. Now, Jacob starts at a disadvantage compared to Esau. And as we see already in the verse, and Isaac loved Esau, right? So Isaac's preference for Esau was actually clear. It's also justifiable because the verse continues and says, because he had taste for game, right? So Esau is a man who knew how to wield a sword. He takes responsibility for the whole world. He's a hunter. And that kind of personality is needed to lay the foundation for a nation and a kingdom. Now, in contrast, Jacob is, as we said, is a simple man dwelling in tents. He's a much gentler soul, and it makes it much more difficult to envision how he could ultimately transform the entire world. Now, Rebecca, though, unlike her husband, she loves Jacob, and she knows that he would end up changing and gaining strength. Now, she's also foretold through prophecy, right, as God tells her, one people will be stronger than the other, and the elder will serve the younger, right? This is in Genesis 25:23. Now, what's interesting is that she's forbidden to reveal that secret, though, to others, right? Because the Lord said this to her. And as we know in the Bible, words are specific. It said this to her, specifically to her, and not to anyone else. Now, Jacob's journey really transforms him into Israel, the name Israel. And through events, as you guys know, as acquiring the birthright and stealing of the blessing and wrestling with the angel, Jacob ultimately unites with Esau's strength and his own spiritual voice. He brings these two elements together. And when Isaac realizes then that the voice is Jacob's voice and the hands are Esau's hands, only then does the verse say, and he blessed him. Right? Jacob needs to harness Esau's power, and as long as he doesn't do that, there really remains a weakness that prevents him from becoming the father of nations. And only by merging together with Esau's strength, with his own spiritual strength, does Jacob really restore the unity and could fulfill his destiny. Now, this transformation is also symbolized by the dream of Jacob's ladder, as we all know, connecting heaven and earth. And this also solidifies Jacob as Israel, right? He's bridging between these two worlds. And only once that happens can the story continue. So on this Shabbat, I wish us all the opportunity to create an equilibrium in ourselves and balance our strength and our spiritual strength together for ourselves, for our community, for our families. Shabbat Shalom. Take care.